Hello everyone. Today we're talking about creating an environment of respect and rapport. We're talking about the chemistry in the classroom, managing the relationships, and we're looking at a proficient level. This is what would be expected of a teacher that has taught for several years, a veteran teacher. We're looking for what is the relationship between teacher and students. At a professional level, it's obvious when you see it. And because the teacher knows how to do that, the students follow suit. So how is the relationship between and among students? How are their interactions? Again, in every situation, in the proficient and distinguished, well, in all the levels as far as that goes, whatever level the teacher performs or exemplifies, that will be followed by the students. So the teacher models how to engage students respectfully, and the proficient teacher does that at a proficient level. Hello everyone. Today we're talking about establishing a culture for learning in your classroom. We're looking at the proficient level. This is what you would expect of a seasoned veteran teacher of several years in the practice. They have the tools, and it's just what you'd expect out of a professional teacher. There are high levels of cognitive energy in the classroom. The kids are showing by what they're doing that they value the content. Just like a bunch of bees, you don't have to ask them if the content or the honey in the hive is important. The kids in the classroom, by their actions, they show that what they're learning is important. The kids also expect to succeed by working hard. They don't whine and complain. The teacher's got this down, and the kids are working hard. They expect to work hard, and the teacher expects them to learn. There's an overall sense of, we got this. There's student pride in their work. There's lots of displays and things of their work displayed around the classroom. So you can see when the students display pride in their work. Hello everyone. Today we're talking about classroom procedures, element 2C on the proficient level. Yes, at this level, the classroom runs smoothly. The teacher is heavily involved in making sure that things run smoothly. It's just a nice running engine. In fact, the routines seem to run at a professional level. There's no jerks, no spits, no sputters. Still, the teacher is doing the bulk of the work. Use of time, everything happens on time the way it's supposed to, what you would expect out of a professional teacher. Instructional groups, excellent use of instructional groups. The main difference between this and distinguished is at the distinguished level, the kids are involved in moving the instructional groups. If the teacher moves them and orchestrates everything and has to be there for it to work, then it's professional. Transition, things run smoothly. They move orderly from one activity to another. If the kids are involved in seeing that happens, it's distinguished. If the teacher has to orchestrate that in order for it to happen, and it happens smoothly, then that is proficient. So, with materials and supplies, if the teacher is passing out all the materials and supplies, it's proficient. If the kids are heavily involved in that, it's distinguished. The non-instructional use, a lot of times the teachers are the only ones that can do that, but it still happens as part of the overall process to make sure that the engine is working the way it's supposed to. Hello everyone. Today we're talking about managing student behavior. We're looking at element 2D, and we're on the proficient level. When it comes to bad behavior, the atmosphere in the classroom is businesslike and productive without being authoritarian. I've seen teachers get right in the face of students, and it is not what a professional teacher does, or a proficient teacher. It's interesting, proficient and professional. Those two words kind of go together, and we use them interchangeably many times. But getting in the face of a child, getting right down nose to nose with them, eyeball to eyeball, is very threatening. And if you wouldn't do it in front of the child's parents, why would you do it when they're not there? It's just not professional. So it's not being authoritarian. So how do you do this? You're being proactive. The proficient teacher is proactive. They plan ahead. They plan on how to work with these kids that might be a little bit difficult. In fact, at the beginning of the year, the expectations have been established and are understood by everyone. In fact, to a certain degree, if the kids have input into the classroom rules, that's a distinguished level. The proficient teacher does it somewhat, but letting the kids have a say in the expectations of how you behave in the classroom is excellent teaching. The proficient teacher has eyes in the back of their heads. They're aware of what's going on in the classroom, even when they're working with a child over on the side. They might be helping a child at their desk, but yet they still know what's going on in the classroom. Are they looking for bad behavior? No, they're looking for positive behavior, and they are reinforcing that. What you look for, you will find. Just keep that in mind. They correct children while respecting them. Both the proficient and the distinguished level teachers do that. They never demean a child in any way. It's just they treat them with respect. The proficient teacher does not think about revenge. What are you working on? Revenge. You don't try to get even with kids. You don't try to get even with parents. You don't badmouth children or parents to other teachers. That is not what a professional does. They go about their business without acrimony or resentment towards students. A key factor with all of our students is that they are very much aware of fairness. And if you're not fair in the classroom, they will point that out. So a proficient teacher is fair in the things that he or she does. Keep in mind that in your evaluation, the absence of misbehavior is evidence of good teaching, and that will be reflected on your evaluation. So today we're talking about organizing physical space, and we're looking at it at the proficient level. In every aspect, on every level, safety is always first, and also accessibility by all of your students, even those with special needs. Parents will judge you on how organized you are on everything based on how your classroom looks. I've had lots of comments from parents saying, "Oh, this teacher's really organized. Their classroom just looks so nice, and there's no clutter or anything like that." So you will be judged on that. Whether it's fair or not, you will be judged. The arrangement of your furniture either enhances learning or it detracts from it. One tip would be, if you ask your students to help with the arrangement of the classroom, make sure that your evaluator knows that you've done that, because if you get student input on how your classroom is organized, you're more likely to get a distinguished rating on this.